Well, we're a growing family, and we've got 3 kids, and we just needed more space, and we'd looked to move in Cardiff, but actually we love the area we live in. We live in the centre of Cardiff in Roath, and didn't want to move, and kind of then were thinking, well, how can we maximise the space, knowing that we had a fairly good sized loft, to convert it into a house that better suits us. Had at that stage a lot of quotations from a lot of companies. Was the extent to which Magic Lofts really responded to our needs and put us at ease, actually, more than anything, because we're far from expert in any of these kinds of things. I've got absolutely no concept of building, so to have a team that essentially held your hand through the whole process, but filled you with a sense of confidence right from the outset. And we knew pretty much straight away that Magic Lofts was the company for us. Yeah, it was brilliant. I think one of the hardest things with doing the loft conversion, especially for me, was trying to visualise what the space would look like. And Magic Lofts provided us with a very clear sense of exactly what it was we were getting at the pre-stage, and then obviously as the process went on. And I think one of the most exciting things about the loft conversion was seeing the space develop and take shape and form. And at the end, I think when everything was done, it more than exceeded our expectations in terms of what we'd achieved in terms of the space, both within the main room, of which we've had, but also the bathroom. And actually, in that context, in terms of the added space we've got, it's transformed the house. Yeah, huge. You know, part of any kind of building job, as we've discovered since having Magic Lofts in, is all the legal and red tape, if you like, and the legal aspects of it. So I think knowing that we had David and the team organising all of that for us was a huge weight off, because actually fundamentally we wouldn't know where to begin. And again, it was one of those things that from the start of the job to the end of the job, we felt secure and as if, you know, our hand was held through the whole process. Yeah, terrific. I don't think at any point did we have any issue at all. The whole team were wonderfully professional, and I think at multiple stages we commented upon the fact that the Magic Loft teams were far from being tradesmen, were craftsmen. These guys are real pros, and in terms of in terms of the final finish, it's just terrific. And that was confirmed also by my father-in-law, who himself is someone who does up houses, and who throughout the whole process also assured us that the Magic Loft teams were doing a fantastic job. Brilliant. Dave was always there at the end of the phone when he wasn't on site, which was never. And there was always an opportunity to call up and ask how things were going on. If we had any queries and concerns, David was there to answer them for us. And equally with other members of the team, with respect to, you know, whether it was plumbing or the electric components of it. The whole team, we felt, supported us in terms of trying to understand what was going on throughout the process and throughout the build, which was terrific in terms of our own confidence of what was happening. Terrific. I think, like everything else with the finish in the loft, the Keylite window and all the other aspects of the loft conversion are just terrific and are a really high standard. Similarly with our double doors going out, the balcony, all excellent. Just terrific. You know, the final product is stunning. I don't think we've had a single friend or family member who's come over who hasn't kind of been impressed and had that kind of wow effect. So we delighted and consequently, unsurprisingly, are recommending Magic Lofts to all our friends and family. And in terms of the timeliness, I think we're still surprised, because I think, like most people, you start a kind of building project in your home and you kind of anticipate that it's going to go on longer than you think it might. Whereas this, and considering the size of the job, was completed, done and dusted exactly in the length of time that was advised at the beginning, and I think we still remain slightly amazed that Magic Lofts were in and out and did such a fantastic job in the time it took. Without doubt, recommend Magic Lofts. In fact, we already have, and neighbours of ours are already speaking to Magic Lofts in terms of getting their own loft conversion done. I think the fact that Magic Lofts have done ours has been a real selling point, especially the fact that we've had that L-shaped, and I think that was something that people weren't aware that you could necessarily do, and how much space that L-shaped loft conversion provides for us in terms of a main room, plus also another family bathroom. And especially in a kind of a Victorian terraced house, I think us and friends and family are just amazed with how much you gain from having a loft conversion. But I think a lot of that, again, down to the fact that Magic Lofts have done such a fantastic job.